The playoff chase is on here in USL League One play as one Knoxville hosts Charlotte Independence from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. These two teams met earlier this season with one Knoxville getting the win by a score of 2-0 over Charlotte Independence. Charlotte looking to get a revenge win here tonight on the road. As we take a look at our standings here in USL League One play, Charlotte Independence, a win for them, and they will leapfrog above the Union Omaha side, who's right now on a red-hot winning streak. Meanwhile, for one Knoxville, points tonight, they can jump above South Georgia Tormenta. A win puts them 2 points behind Madison, who sits in that sixth and final playoff position. So they're looking for another home win. Meanwhile, Charlotte Independence looking to find some luck on the road. And you look at both these teams, really their strong suits, well, it's the keepers on both sides. As we'll begin with one Knoxville and Sean Lewis. Well, what has he done? 7 clean sheets on the year. Just a goal a game he allows. He's made 55 saves on the season for one Knoxville. He has been tremendous there. Just a wall between the sticks for one Knoxville. A goalkeeper that they can trust, and how he's so composed between the sticks is huge. Just makes save after save. Really makes it difficult for opponents to get anything by him. So all one Knoxville has to do is hope for 1-2 goals to secure a win. Meanwhile, for Charlotte Independence, all about Austin Pack. 92 saves on the season, which is best in the league. He also has 7 clean sheets, just like Sean Lewis. He's allowed 29 goals on the season, but you look at these two keepers, they are both smooth operators between the sticks. Austin Pack proving that he could be one of the goalkeepers of the year. Dive after dive, save after save, does a little bit of everything for Charlotte Independence. He's going to have a tough task tonight against this one Knoxville side. 3 points on the line here at Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knoxville set to host Charlotte Independence. Starting 11 when we return. Moments away here from opening kick between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence, the second meeting of the season between these two teams. One Knoxville hoping to get to 34 points. Meanwhile, Charlotte Independence hoping to get up to 42 points. As we'll take a look back at what happened the last time these two teams met. Well, this was back in June with one Knoxville getting that win, and it was all about Frank Ross, who had the brace in it for one Knoxville. He was absolutely tremendous. You look at the strike rate there, nothing but the top corner, and then here, dragged down in the box, and one Knoxville is going to go to the spot, and they are going to collect as Frank Ross goes right corner to help lead his team to the 2-0 victory. Dane Kelly had a chance late, but guess who made the save? It was Sean Lewis. As we'll look at our starting 11, we'll begin with one Knoxville's Mark McKeever's side, Sean Lewis between the sticks, but you look at Castro up top, signed late July. This is just his 5th appearance. He's going to look to be a difference maker up top, and then Angelo Kelly Rosales, the 30-year-old. We'll see if he can get going when it comes to scoring. He scored the lone goal in the win against Lexington. Meanwhile, on the other side for Charlotte Independence, Mike Jeffries will bring out this starting 11. Watch out for Dane Kelly up at top. 7 goals on the season. Joel Johnson as well as Miguel Ibarra have scored in back-to-back games. So we'll see if one of those two, if not both, can make it 3 in a row. And you're looking at the Charlotte Independence side coming off their first road win since back in April 1st against the Richmond Kickers. So they're looking to make it 2 straight on the road for Mark McKeever. He had Gary Gutierrez as we are underway from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knoxville in their orange kits. Meanwhile, Charlotte Independence in the all-white kits with the blue numbering as this is played up into the hill, and a fan was not ready for that one. Talking with both these coaches about these two teams. Mark Jeffries talking about how this One Knoxville side, they're right in that playoff spot, solid defensively, good in possession. They're going to have to be super organized defensively. They'll have to try to break down their defensive block and play through the pressure of One Knoxville. I believe he talked about how they also have to stay in their own block and can't commit fouls. One Knoxville's so good at forcing teams to commit fouls. He said that could be a big key this evening, but they have to create chances, manage set pieces, and get in front of their guys. This ball played down the line. Bowie strides up, sends in an early ball, headed away. That was intended for Dane Kelly. Dane Kelly leading the way with 7 goals. He also has 3 assists on the year in his first season with Charlotte Independence. Last year he was with the Riverhounds. See his former teammate on the other side, Angelo Kelly Rosales, who also comes over from the Riverhounds to One Knoxville. Nick Spielman named Team of the Week here in USL League One play. This is played to the near side and drop back. Look at Joel Johnson, a goal in back-to-back games, as well as Miguel Ibarra. Miguel Ibarra, those are his first 2 goals of the season. Right up there in assists with 7. It's tied for second best in the league. Omar Sis with the ball. Back post. This is to be grabbed out of the air by Sean Lewis. Again, Dane Kelly, the intended target. Right on his hip, though, Danny Fernandez making his 14th start. Can't say enough about these 2 keepers and what they have done. Look at them. Conversation goalkeeper of the year in USL League One. Lalo Delgado, obviously, of Northern Colorado Hailstorm in there as well. So many great keepers throughout the league here in League One play. Here's Ibarra. He'll turn away. Loses possession. This ball played inside. Villalobos gives it up. Castro plays it out wide. Again, Castro signing July 29th. Already has a goal with this club, making his 3rd start here this evening. Mark McKeever had a lot of great things to say about the striker. Talked about really how he has an eye for goal. The goal scorer provides movement, can get into areas, can get the shot on goal. He has also added space higher up the field. Plays well with his back behind the goal, can create opportunities for others. Really fitting in with the system and the culture here for One Knoxville. At training, it feels like he's been there all season long. Really has those wow moments that he can provide. And the great thing about it, he's not even near his peak yet. That'll come as he continues to adjust to this One Knoxville side. Waldeck, he'll switch sides. One Knoxville in the season. 8 wins, 9 losses, 7 draws. They do have 4 wins at home. 1 coming against this independent side. Meanwhile, for Charlotte, 11 wins on the season, 7 losses, 6 draws, just 3 road wins. And you go back to that win against Central Valley Fuego. First win on the road since April 1st. They had back-to-back wins in late March and early April. But they have been absolutely cold on the road this season. Trying to adjust that once again tonight. Backheel ball. Sis will play it up. Here's Kelly. Calum Johnson plays it to the near side. Now ball played into the middle of the pitch. Claire Rosales will play it out wide. Back to Jordan Skelton, the captain. Skelton, 26 years old, getting his 24th start. This ball played to Waldeck, the 25-year-old. Waldeck, another player that's seen plenty of action for One Knoxville, also making his 24th start. First year with the club, began his professional career back in 2020 with North Texas. Fernandez. He'll push up past midfield. Kelly Rosales. Good job there with the long stretch by Brad Dunwell. Castro. Fernandez in his 14th start. Patience here by One Knoxville. So good at controlling possession in the game. Talking with head coach Mark McKeever about this Charlotte Independent side. So they're going to have to keep the likes of Miguel Ibarra, Angelo Kelly Rosales, and Gabriel Obaton at bay, and that's going to be a difficult task. But also talked about they need to have good structure and can't have unforced errors. Those need to stop. Have to keep it clean here this evening. Can't allow Charlotte Independence to capitalize on their mistakes and take advantage of their chances as this ball is forward, and it's going to be grabbed up by Austin Pack. Flanagan. He'll go inside, was looking for assists, not on the same page. Slow roller that was intercepted by One Knoxville. Castro. Villalobos. Waldeck going back to Villalobos. Gets it on a return. Giveaway there by One Knoxville, and that was one of the things that head coach Mark McKeever did not want to see this evening. Dunwell will play back to Austin Pack. Mentioned the struggles on the road for Charlotte Independence. Mark Jeffries talking about that win against Central Valley Fuego. Really good at the end, but they struggled to close out games on the road. That's one thing they really want to take care of, but he thought the movements were good in the game against Central Valley Fuego and really managed the defense well. A little unfortunate with the goal that happened, but really liked the mentality of the club. These teams tied for third in the league with 7 clean sheets each. Look at Charlotte Independence, so 37 goals on the season, just 28 for One Knoxville. A couple giveaways there by both sides. Both sides still really just trying to settle into this game. So Rosales into the circle. Johnson will play it outside. Claudio down the line. Claudio gets on the return pass as he's tripped up, but manages to get back on his feet to control possession. Gabriel Claudio in his 4th start, the 23-year-old. Last year played for Union Omaha. Keegan. Spielman there. Villalobos back to the center of the pitch. Fernandez. Skeleton. This ball played outside. Early ball in for Castro. Headed away. Acosta getting to that ball first. Games remain for both these sides. Playoff chase is very much on. Every point matters. Castro, you see Castro continue to come back and play deep. Player that's not afraid to play with his back against the goal. Flanagan, good hard challenge right there by One Knoxville, but this will stay with Charlotte Independence. Sis. Here's Ibarra. Ibarra's second season with Charlotte. Claudio. Nice little back heel there, but no one ahead for one Knoxville to get to the ball. Ibarra inches forward, gets on the return. Switches sides now for Flanagan. Sis. Sis in his second season with the club, 21 years old, out of Senegal. Independents looking to be dangerous here in the attacking third. Cross in, chop down. Claudio will send it up the touchline. Ibarra. Ibarra again with the ball. So he'll switch sides and bring it to the middle of the pitch now. Acosta. Johnson. Without Gio Calixto tonight due to the red card he acquired in the game against Lexington. Oberton into the area, but well away from Dane Kelly. Dane Kelly was holding up at the spot. Skelton will inch up. Fernandez. Dane Kelly leading the way in goals scored on the season for Charlotte Independents with 7. Joel Johnson with 6. Meanwhile, on the other side, for one Knoxville, it's Jake Keegan with 5, and then Frank Ross with 4. Ross with a brace. The last time these two teams met, the Rosales wins the ball back and then gives it over. Good job there, stepping through by Sis. Waldeck would lay this back. Killer Rosales plays it outside on the wing. Let's see what one Knoxville can create here in the attacking third. Castro with a chance, gets by one defender, tripped up, and we're gonna have a free kick for one Knoxville. I'm in a very dangerous position here. A few yards outside the top of the penalty area. So take a look back. There it is, the clip going up and over is Frank Ross. Initially allowed advantage, but Castro wasn't able to do anything with it, so the whistle blew. And now the first set piece coming for either side. Derek Waldeck setting up with the left foot. Villalobos walking over, maybe for some words of encouragement. See what one Knoxville has up their sleeve. Waldeck waiting for the go-ahead, the 25-year-old out of Santa Clarita, California, the former Cardinal. Waldeck drives it into the wall. Waldeck, though, able to regain possession with the left foot curling, but off target into the trees. Flanagan Again, 24 years old, out of Baltimore, Maryland. First year with the club. Costa. Venezuela will play it inside. Costa charging up. Johnson will have a throw. Flanagan. Ibarra. Once again to Costa. Ball dispossessed by one Knoxville as they look to counter. Villalobos. Waldeck plays it in. Knoxville not trying to force anything. Two big pieces out tonight for one Knoxville, and Kalikstra with that red card, and Jalen Chrysler, who injured his back earlier in the week. Waldeck. Or defend is Johnson. Clip here on Johnson, so another free kick here coming from one Knoxville. Angel Kelly Rosales and Jalen Chrysler were named Team of the Week for one Knoxville to match Nick Spielman of Charlotte Independence. Tom Johnson will walk away. And now he'll get it. Johnson from long range, just over the crossbar. A little bit more than 30 yards out. Good pace behind that shot attempt. Waldeck just plays it over to Johnson. Gets a good look. Austin Pack, knowing where he is there, knew that he didn't need to reach up to tip that ball away. Costa looking to go direct. He wanted to match up there with Mbu. Johnson. Nice ball up. Hit away by Skelton. It's Flanagan coming across there on that ball by Acosta. It was a nice one. If he could get to that, he's going to have an opportunity. Johnson. Sis. Oberton in, and that one off the side of the webbing. Tresor Mbuyu with a great look there. Mbuyu does have 6 goals on the season. He's been with the club since 2020, the 26-year-old. Sis in the circle. Oberton surveys. Sis going out top. Chance here. An offside flag is up. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Johnson second on the team in minutes for Charlotte Independence. Just behind Nick Spielman. Nick Spielman, second in the league in clearances and fourth in minutes. Just chested down. Flanagan was able to get up there, but couldn't get the cross back that he needed to give any of his teammates a chance. Here's Callum Johnson. Johnson last year, 42nd overall pick by LA Galaxy. Spent last year with Los Dos before coming over to One Knoxville. Claudio. Kelly Rosales. Waldeck. Kelly Rosales, pressure from behind. I think Kelly doing a good job there. Nearly won the ball back. Skelton now creeping up. And Sis will win the ball back as he plays it over to Dunwell. Ibarra. Quite a night so far for Ibarra. Second season with the club. Sis. Here's Spielman. Spielman, 11 clearances in that win against Central Valley Fuego. Sis, early ball in. Oberton able to play it back and now sent away. Acosta has a little room. He's going to let it fly, swerving left. Gotta like the center back coming up there and taking a chance. Looking for that first goal on the season. Does have an assist. Second meeting of the season between these two sides. They met here. The next one will be at Charlotte. That'll be September 30th. team have challenged either goalkeeper. It's been quiet for two of the best in the league. Done well with another interception. Johnson ahead, but no one in the channel. Haven't seen much from Dane Kelly as of yet as well. Right now, One Knoxville doing a good job keeping him at bay. Scoreless here at Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, between One Knoxville and Charlotte Independence. Johnson going direct. Kelly Rosales to the near side and Waldeck. Mark McKeever just calling Waldeck a machine. Says he's relentless, gets up and down the field, prepares well. Has good recovery and really receives the ball in a good position. Provides on both ends for this One Knoxville side. Second in crosses, really gets into areas high on the field. And he causes problems for the opponents. Ross tripped up, and this will get another whistle and another free kick coming, third of the night for One Knoxville. One Knoxville hoping to possibly get their fourth shot. Looking to get in on target, though. Want to challenge Austin Pack. 92 saves on the season for the Charlotte Independence keeper, best in the league. Now hoping to cause a problem right here on this set piece. Both these two teams on back-to-back wins. One of them hoping to make it 3 in a row. Waldeck headed back. There's Joe Johnson that was able to clear that away for Charlotte Independence. Good crowd out tonight at Regal Stadium. John Johnson will head over to the near corner. Send for an inward swinging ball. He'll go to Villalobos instead. Waldeck. Lofted ball. No danger right there for Charlotte Independence. Ibarra. Done well for Johnson. Overtime back to Johnson. Good 1-2 play. Skeleton diving to keep Dane Kelly away from that. That went by 2 players for Charlotte. Tresor Mbu, the other player. Possession right now favoring one Knoxville, 57% to 43%. Overton. Done well. Ibarra for Omar Sis. Both teams being patient. Spielman. Sis for Joel Johnson. Back to Sis. Johnson. Back post ball over the head of Dane Kelly. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home to USL, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Ibarra with a diagonal ball. Flanagan's going to win his team a corner. And hit off the foot of Skelton. Now Joel Johnson will jog to the corner. Johnson does have 2 assists on the season. Second on the team in goals for Charlotte. Guyu also with 6 goals on the year. Johnson. Nice little slip ball here. Ross. Held away by Spielman, and a corner here once again for one Knoxville.
One Knoxville corner kick.
So Waldeck will set up with that left foot on the far side of the field. Professional season. First year here with one Knoxville. The service. Sent away. Kelly Rosales. Top of the area. Claudio. Paxton to calm things down for the moment. Knoxville side 5 points out of the playoff race. Looking for that final spot, which Ford Madison holds at the moment. South Georgia Tormenta also with 31 points on the season. Meanwhile, for Charlotte Independence, a win tonight, they'd move up to second in the table. So one Knoxville side leads the league in yellow cards, but we've yet to see a booking from either side. It's been a clean game. Not too chippy. Pretty smooth. Both teams just really possessing the ball. None have really been dynamic yet in the final third. Ibarra. Oberton will give it up. Costa. Back to Oberton. Possession slightly favoring one Knoxville. You can control the ball all you want. But it's all about possessing the ball really in that attacking third and what you do in that attacking third with the ball. Got to get yourself into a dangerous position high on the field and try to create an opportunity. North Carolina FC currently in that top spot. Union Omaha right behind them with 43 points, 1 point behind. Northern Colorado Hailstorm, they're sitting in that third position with 40 points, and then Charlotte Independence also with 40. That's updated with the live action right now going around in USL League One play. Lexington and Richmond right now scoreless. Union Omaha with that 1-0 lead on the road against Greenville Triumph. So at the moment, they're in that second spot in the table. Northern Colorado also a lead over North Carolina, who's in that top spot. Corner here for one Knoxville.
One Knoxville corner kick.
Punched away. Austin Pack able to get his right hand to it. Johnson. Villalobos plays it out wide. Knoxville looking to get an opening goal here before we go to the break. Of course, we'll have news and notes, as well as a look at the upcoming schedule in USL League One play. Claudio. Claudio weaving through traffic. Stepping up and through is Spielman. Long shot and off target. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Out Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Both teams have had shots, but neither one able to get a shot on goal. And a chance there on the corner, which was punched away by Pack as this is played into the box. Headed out by Skelton. And this will be a corner now for Charlotte Independence. Great crowd out tonight at Regal Stadium, on the hill, in the stands, all over. Johnson. No danger there for Sean Lewis. Actually, 2 corners now where he's been able to grab the ball out of the sky. To Rosales. Villalobos slowing things down there as he played it back to Claudio, and now over to Skelton. He'll play it over to Fernandez. Quite night right now for both back lines. Most of the actions come in the midfield. Good dispossession right there by Charlotte Independence. Oberton. You have to think with the way that this first 45 minutes has played out, we're not going to have much stoppage time added on here. Waldeck for Claudio. Castro. Sis. Johnson. Mbuyu will drop it back. Ibarra. Here's Kelly. And there is the whistle. So no stoppage time added on. Really no surprise there with what happened in this first half. Both teams with chances, but nothing on target. We're going to have to see if one of these two sides can find a way to challenge these two great keepers in Sean Lewis and Austin Pack. But here at the half, scoreless between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence as both these two teams look for points to possibly move up into the standings. A quiet first half. Will it erupt here in the second half? Well, we'll find out as we get ready for the next 45 highlights and stats when we return, as well as news and notes from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back. 45 minutes in the books. Halftime brought to you by KUB Fiber. We now send it to Mark Schoenster, who has the highlights from Wednesday night's action here in USL League One play.
2 Wednesday games pertaining to that 6th place spot, that playoff line, starting in Greenville, round 2 of the season between the Triumph and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Here is a goal of the week contender, Lucas Coutinho, going 3-on-1 right there, bodying off the defender and then placing it top shelf. Excellent strike from him. Then, 45th minute, +3 from the training ground. Pilato sets up Jamie Smith, and Jacob Labovitz cleans up the duty and gets the job done. For the 2nd game in a row, it has been 2 goals that have been scored in first half stoppage time at Paladin Stadium. So don't take your halftime break early if you're watching a game here, because they don't hang it up early. They wait till that whistle blows. Here's the other goal that happened in stoppage time, 45 minutes, +8. Siobhan Marsh makes it 2-1, cutting the deficit in half. The Chattanooga Red Wolves on the road, trying to find a point against this tough Greenville Triumph side. They'll go into the locker room feeling a little bit better, being within 1 score, thanks to that man right there, Mr. Marsh. Double-digit goals on the season for him. Then, in the 88th minute, late in the game, Riley Kraft has the opportunity to level this one up, and he just heads it wide. Also got to be careful there, Evan Lee, nearly deflecting it into his own goal, but he makes sure he doesn't touch it, goes out. And the Greenville Triumph, with John Hark's back, keep that ever-important space between 6th and 7th at a fair distance. But Tormenta can gash into that space, hosting a vulnerable Hailstorm team who are winless in 5 games, and they've also just tripped up Keziah Sterling for an early penalty. And Keziah Sterling, this man knows what to do at the penalty spot. Or does he? He misses, but luckily Keziah Sterling has his head up. He finishes it, gets the goal, makes it 1-0 in favor of Tormenta in a huge game. But 10 minutes later, they put themselves in dangerous territory. Now, what is that dangerous territory? I think I'd like to call it Arthur Rogers territory. When you give up a foul inside that final 18, Arthur Rogers is prone to serve in a deadly ball, gets his 9th assist of the season, but more importantly, Trevor Hammond gets his 17th goal of the season, which is 1 shy of Terzagi's 2021 single season record of 18, and he still has 10 more games to meet and pass that. Another 10-minute interval later, though, in the first half, Hailstorm find themselves in trouble once again. You can't give Keziah Sterling 1 penalty. Can't give him 2 penalties, which is just what's happened here. They'd end up giving him a 3rd penalty in this game. This 2nd attempt, Sterling would put away nicely. He would miss the 3rd one, which would keep this game within striking distance. But at this point, Tormenta looking red hot, and their number 1 striker also looking equally as streaky. But in the 93rd minute, it's Arthur Rogers territory once again. Marky Hernandez, don't tell him that he's only 5'5". He heads home the equalizer. We may look back at this result as a pivotal one in the playoff picture. We'll step aside. We'll come back after this from the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
One half down here at Regal Soccer Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, as we take a look at the news and notes. Tormenta announcing this week that the club and Matias Cassini have mutually agreed to part ways. And you look at Union Omaha and what they're doing right now in the run of play. One win away from tying the 2019 Lansing Ignite for the longest winning streak in league history with 6. And Player of the Week, League One final MVP, Keziah Sterling. How about what he has done? 6 career brace in the win over Madison. He has been on fire, and he's one of the league's best goal scorers. As we take a look at the team of the week, Lalo Delgado of Northern Colorado Hailstorm, goalkeeper of the week. Then you have Chrysler from one Knoxville. And then you have Kelly Rosales also making that. And then, Nick Spielman from this Charlotte side on there as well. Cheney as well for Ford Madison. And then we mentioned Sterling and what he's done. 6 braces is hard to believe. What a season for him in South Georgia, Tormenta, and what he is doing there as they try to push for a playoff spot. You look at the race for the playoff spot, that's going to be a big thing moving forward with all these teams. As we look at the goal leaders, Trevor Hammond of Northern Colorado with 17 goals. He's going to try to get to 20 this year. That would be something else. You look at Olax Anderson of North Carolina, 13 goals on the season. He's second. And Keziah Sterling, we just mentioned him moments ago, 11 goals. He also has 2 assists in 15 matches on the year. So you look at the Golden Boot race. Well, it's not closed yet. Trevor Hammond trying to run away with it, but still, players with chances. As we take a look now at the assist leaders, Arthur Rogers of Northern Colorado leading the way with 10 assists on the season. Then Tate Robertson and Miguel Ibarra of the Charlotte Independent side, both tied at 7. Robertson, though, with 3 goals. Meanwhile, Ibarra, 2 goals in 24 matches for Charlotte. So you got the goal race. You also have the assist race as well here in USL League One heating up. As we take a look here at the upcoming schedule, Central Valley Fuego hosting Ford Madison, South Georgia Tormenta taking on this one Knoxville side. That one will be Friday at 7:30 Eastern. And then you also have Chattanooga Red Wolves hosting Ford Madison. That will be next Saturday. We have plenty of action all next week, beginning on Wednesday. You look at that Richmond Kickers game against Central Valley Fuego. That's going to be a fun one as well. That one will kick off at 7 Eastern. And then the late game tonight, that Central Valley Fuego versus the Mingos. Looking at the scoreboard from around USL League One tonight, Union Omaha with that 1-0 lead on the road right now. Scoreless between Lexington and Richmond Kickers. Chattanooga Red Wolves knotted up with South Georgia Tormenta at the half. That one 2-2, and in the 68th minute, North Carolina able to get a goal on the board. So they are now tied with the Hailstorm. North Carolina currently in that top spot in the standings. Northern Colorado Hailstorm just a couple of spots behind them. Of course, Union Omaha looking at tie that record of 6 wins in a row with Lansing Ignite if they're able to get the win tonight. But scoreless at half here between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence. What will the second half have in store? We'll find out in a matter of moments as we'll return with highlights and stats from the opening 45.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
One half down, one half to go from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. Scoreless between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence as we take a look back at the first half stats between these two sides. And while both sides really controlling possession more than anything, a few different shots, but neither goalkeeper challenged as of yet in this game. And that's going to be the big key going forward here into the second half. Who can challenge either Sean Lewis or Austin Pack, just try to force the spill, try to do something and get that first goal on the board. Here, this ball played over to Callum Johnson. This would be the best look of the night for one Knoxville, just over the hand of Austin Pack. Great strike there by Johnson, but a foot too high. And then here, this ball by Overton gets to the inline, crosses it, and a great strike by Tracer Mbuyu, but Tracer Mbuyu unable to get that through the near post and into the side webbing. So really, the thing going to be here in the second half, who can challenge one of these keepers? And really, we'll see what both these two teams do with possession in that final third and what they can make of it. Sun has set at Regal Stadium. Second meeting between these two teams. Both have taken place right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knoxville with a 2-0 win in the first meeting. Frank Ross with both goals in that game. They'll meet again September 30th. That won't be in Charlotte. A win for Charlotte. They can move up to second in the standings. Meanwhile, for one Knoxville, a win for them, they could possibly be 2 points out of the playoff race. Right now, they sit 5 points out. Both teams with 8 games remaining. So every point counts as the playoff chase is very much on here in USL League One. Skeleton will play this over. Fernandez creeping up. He'll look to go to direct. And this is going to be over everyone as it'll be just shepherded out of play by Charlotte. Now Waldeck with a chance. Ross. Will send past midfield. Skelton. Look at Angelo Kelly Rosales and Jalen Chrysler named Team of the Week. Chrysler, though, out for tonight's game for one Knoxville. On the other side was Nick Spielman, the center back for Charlotte Independence, making Team of the Week. Every week this season for Charlotte Independence, they've had a player in the Team of the Week. Fernandez out wide. Charlotte Independence with that big win against Central Valley Fuego last week by a score of 2-1. Joel Johnson and Ibarra with the goals, but first time winning on the road since April 1st for Charlotte Independence. They've been in close games, but haven't been able to come up with the 3 points. Another close one here tonight. Ball sent in. A good scoop there by Austin Pack as he rolls it out. Sis. Done well back to Sis. Over to Ibarra. Great things Mark Jeffries had to say about the midfielder and Miguel Ibarra. Just a great soccer brain, has a big engine, can run all day, finds good places to pick up the ball and moves well in the final third and has composure to make the right pass. See if he can make a right pass here this evening to try to give Charlotte Independence maybe an opening goal. 7 assists on the year for Ibarra, tied for second best in the league. Arthur Rogers leading the way with 9 on the season. Look at the Charlotte Independence side. 37 goals on the season. They've assisted on 27 of those 37 goals. They've just allowed 29 goals on the year. On the other side, for one Knoxville, they've just allowed 30 on the season. Both these two keepers with 7 clean sheets on the year. Neither one of them having to make a tough save yet this evening. It's been all about the midfield play for both these sides. Big goose egg on the shot targets for both teams. This ball played in, but off the back of Joel Johnson. Ibarra dispossessed of the ball. Now we're going to have a foul for the tug of the jersey. Go back and we'll take a look at this foul. And there you see the grab there with the left hand by Frank Ross. Flanagan. Mbuyu trying to get this at the end line. He does, crossing. It was a nice ball down there by Flanagan. Mbuyu just couldn't get the cross that he needed. Great look there at the 31-year-old Sean Lewis. Began his professional career back in 2015 with the Olympica Warriors. Last year he was with Indy 11 before coming over to One Knoxville. Castro on the overlap. Claudio turns away. Hard challenge there by Flanagan. Good tackle there by the outside back.
One Knoxville corner kick.
Fourth corner of the game here for One Knoxville. First here in the second half. Sends Derek Waldeck over. Headed away. Overton. Mbuyu gets over one player, hurdles him. Mbuyu charging up, crossing over, nice square ball, the shot, and an easy scoop right there. Brad Dunwell, he'd like that shot back. Mbuyu doing a great job hurdling a defender. They are a great shot on that replay. Mbuyu able to get a square ball over, and Dunwell right at the keeper, Sean Lewis. It's really been the story of the night. Just no one getting a good opportunity, and that was the best one, but you got to challenge the keeper and Lewis and try to send that to the far post. Maybe even near post if you can sneak it by either way. And there's one that Brad Dunwell would like back. Is Overton onside? No, he'll be offside. Well, the keys of the game for Mark McKeever was keeping Oberton at bay, as well as Dane Kelly and Miguel Ibarra, and they have done that this evening. No surprise here, a tough defensive game when you have these two teams tied for third in the league with 7 clean sheets. Johnson sends it in, gets it on return. Can't control it. Kelly. Here's Joel Johnson. He'll turn away. Acosta. He'll find Austin Pack. Flanagan. He's got a little room to work with at the moment. Cuts inside. Flanagan. Playing it out. Oberton. To top of the area. We're going to have our first booking of the night. Let's go to Jimmy Villalobos.
Yellow card issued in the 54th minute to one Knoxville, number 14, Jimmy Villalobos.
One Knoxville leading the league in yellow cards. That's the 73rd on the season. Kelly Rosales. Claudio. Ross to the top of the area. Castro. And a corner kick coming here for one Knoxville.
One Knoxville corner kick.
Done well in the right position, though, to at least prevent that from being a shot on target. With another opportunity here in the second half for the corner. This ball driven in. Castro flicks it back. Off balance shot, wide off target. Look at both these keepers with 7 clean sheets. The leader, Lalo Delgado of Northern Colorado, and Bern Shipman of Fort Madison right behind him with 9. Ibarra. Johnson. Recycle it back. Flanagan. Here's Nick Spielman. A lot of good things Mark Jeffries had to say about the center back as this scoop pass by Sis is forward. And a chance here, but up to scoop it is Sean Lewis. Getting back to Nick Spielman, talking about he's good on both sides, really. A defender, can handle 1v1 situations very well, cuts out the passes, good on crosses. Composed player back there at the center back position, really viable on set pieces, but accurate with the passes that he makes, and he usually makes the right decision. Bonus for the season for Spielman, he's got a couple goals. He's done a good job slowing down that front three of one Knoxville tonight. That whole back line of Charlotte have done a good job here this evening.
That's another one Knoxville corner.
Sixth corner of the night here for one Knoxville. Here's Callum Johnson. Punched away by Pack. Jeffries about Austin Pack, saying how he puts himself in good positions. Did right there on that corner, just swiping that ball away. Makes good decisions on when to come out and where to be. And like his opposite, very composed. Done well. Done well with the best opportunity of the night. The lone shot on goal. Beautiful pass over by Mbuyu of Charlotte, but Dunwell hit it right at Sean Lewis. Oberton worked his way inside. Will try to play it to the wing, unable to get it there. Chance here maybe for one Knoxville in the attacking third. Little back heel. Mbuyu glides with the player. That's going to draw the whistle, and they'll have to bring this back a few yards. Sis able to sit up. Sis in his second year with club. 21 years old, out of Senegal, as he'll play it outside. But too heavy of a touch there. Oberton unable to get to the ball. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Well, Keegan had an opportunity but elected to turn away there. Kelly Rosales. Claudio, the fullback. Oh, nice turn there by Castro. But over defensively was Flanagan. Kelly Rosales, the lone goal in the win over Lexington. Big brother, little brother battle right there. One Knoxville getting the win. Actually had a great tweet, a great video that they put out between that matchup. Ross. Villalobos. Kelly Rosales. Scoop pass. Slip ball. Claudio. Johnson. Claudio now working his way up the pitch. Onto the wing. Johnson with the cross. Sis. And Sis is going to be foul, clear foul right there, and an unnecessary one as well. No reason to throw Sis to the ground or even grab him, period. He was retreating. Get yourself in position, try to win the ball back. This is just a silly foul. Good grab there by Claudio, but no need to. He had plenty of numbers back. You get it when you're up at midfield and that happens, but that one wasn't needed. So Claudio with the second booking of the game. Kelly. And Charlotte will have a corner. Skelton not happy with that. Still just one shot on target coming from Brad Dunwell. Vivian Flanagan will head over to the far corner. Flanagan getting set, gets the go-ahead. Floating ball, bouncing around. Johnson takes a ricochet, ball up in the air. Skelton able to get to it. Mbuyu on the ground. Oh, it's deflected in as it goes off Claudio, and Charlotte Independence get the first goal of the game in the 66th minute. Claudio with the own goal after being booked just moments ago. Independence doing a good job sticking with this opportunity, keeping this ball alive. One Knoxville unable to clear it away. As we take a look at the replay, ball loose into the area, bouncing around. Here's Johnson. He'll make his way towards the end line. Takes a ricochet and still loose. And then Dane Kelly fighting for position. Mbuyu comes up, gets the strike, and hits it off Claudio. I think even if Claudio doesn't get that, that's going to go to the back post and in for Mbuyu. So Tresor Mbuyu doing a great job there, getting that loose ball and then getting the finish. That's a great strike. Dane Kelly now will come off, and Corey Bennett will come on. Mbuyu, if they do not credit an own goal, that'll be his 7th goal of the season.
Entering number 90, Corey Bennett.
Let's see what they officially list that as. But a 1-0 lead here for Charlotte. In the first game, they didn't score. Now they do. So now one Knoxville looking to respond at home. So officially is an own goal for Gabriel Claudio of one Knoxville. But you got to hand it to Tresor Mbuyu really being productive here this entire game. Getting that great shot on target. He also had that cross earlier, done well, and now maybe create another opportunity for Flanagan, cutting it back. Well, Knoxville looking to get on the counter, but they'll play this backwards. Villalobos. Kelly Rosales. Here's Claudio. Villalobos will play it out to the wing. Into the area. Ibarra sends it away. Hard challenge there, clean. Johnson. Chip ball in. Flicked away. At the end line. Nice stab right there by Acosta to just get his left foot to it. Claudio. Villalobos onto the wing. Nice movement here. A chance. Claudio cuts it back. Oberton out wide. Maybe a chance here. The shot and knocked out. Good look there by Bennett, who just subbed on for Dane Kelly. Ran the keeper and Sean Lewis. 38 goals, though, now on the season for Charlotte. He's now tied for fourth best in the league. Should send Avion Flanagan to the far side of the field. Near post. Skelton able to get to that, and another corner coming for Charlotte. Scoreboard watching Union Omaha right now up 2-1 in stoppage time over Greenville Triumph. So Union Omaha right now that second spot, and Charlotte right behind them still in the third spot. The service. Sis clips it back forward. Flanagan. Oberton. Looking for Joel Johnson. Finds him. Bennett will drop it back. Gets it on a return. Now Charlotte will just reset. A little bit more than 15 minutes remains in this game. Lone goal coming off Gabriel Claudio back in the 66th minute. And Buyu was really the reason that happened. Waldeck down the line. Now we'll have some subs here come on to the field. Kyle McDowell's going to come on for Gabriel Claudio. A rough spell for him here in this second half. Really a rough couple minutes for him. Had the yellow card and then allowed the own goal.
Also entering number 23, Sam Fletcher.
And then Sam Fletcher will come in for Callum Johnson. Also coming in will be Matthew Vowinkle. He'll replace Frank Ross.
Number 21, Matty Vowinkle.
Vowinkle making his 15th appearance of the season. Fletcher making his 8th. And McDowell making his 11th. Fernandez. Down the line. The cross. Headed up into the air. That was Nick Spielman getting to that ball.
One Knoxville corner kick.
Spielman, you know he's going to go the entire 90, 4th in the league in minutes played this season. Corner, though, here for one Knoxville. 7th corner of the night. Waldeck, back post. Let's see, last touch by Charlotte, so we'll go to the other side.
That's another corner.
Side. So it goes from an inward swinging ball to an outward. Near post. Good challenge right there by Fletcher, who just stepped on Corey Bennett. So 2 subs going at it. Overton plays it back. Overton, oh, a nice back heel to Corey Bennett. Bennett crossing. Buyu was on the opposite side, but couldn't get it through to him. Flanagan. Done well. Offside flag, though, up. Fletcher. Fernandez on the wing. Skelton. Kelly Rosales, quiet night for him. He's been on the ball, but not much in terms of shots. Turning away is Fletcher. Fernandez. Ball into the area, floating. Flanagan there. Fletcher, the sub. Waldeck. Flanagan right in his hip pocket, though. Keegan will drop it back. Give and go. Intended target there was Vowinkle, but Acosta right there for Charlotte. Numbers pushing up here for one Knoxville. There you got Jordan Skelton in the box. This is just a throw, so it's going to be a long throw into the area. Coming into this game, one Knoxville in that 7th position in the standings. A point, they could have moved up.
One Knoxville corner kick.
3 points, they would just be on the outside of Fort Madison by 2 points. But here's a corner. Waldeck. Floating ball. Sam Fletcher that got to it. Kelly Rosales has a couple in the box. So now Bashir and DA will come in, and he'll replace Miguel Ibarra.
Charlotte Independent substitutions in the 82nd
Shalom
minute.
Duty will also come in
Entering the field, number
for Charlotte
5,
Independent,
Shalom
and he'll
Duty
replace
for number
Gabriel
56,
Overton.
Gabriel Overton. Also entering the field, number 27, Bashir Ndaya for number 10, Miguel Ibarra.
Charlotte looking to close this game out, hoping to get a 1-0 lead on the road. It'd be just their 4th win away from home. Again, these two meet in Charlotte September 30th. When Knoxville took the first meeting by a score of 2-0. And now Charlotte hoping to get a shutout as well. Still plenty of time, though, here for one Knoxville to work with. 2 yellow cards handed out, both to one Knoxville, but they will not get one right there. Villalobos. Fletcher. Hernandez. Corner once again for one Knoxville. 10th corner of the evening. So that's going to send over Derek Waldick.
One Knoxville corner kick.
Knoxville looking for an equalizer here in the 84th minute. Waldick plays it in. Cleared away by Spielman. Kelly Rosales will send it all the way back. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Villalobos. Fletcher. Fernandez gets it on return. Nice dummy ball, but shot blocked away by Spielman. Good dummy ball. He created a little bit of extra space there and then get the shot off. Castro was also in the vicinity. If he would have came over, might have had a left-footed shot. Keegan knocked off the ball. Let's see. This will be a corner. 29 for Jake Keegan up front.
Corner kick.
Costable send that away for Charlotte. Lofted back in. Bennett. Nice little soft touch played out. Ndiaye fouled on the play. Charlotte Independence try to take a little bit more time off that clock. Some gamesmanship here. Spielman leaving the ball for Pack, and Pack having to readjust. Omaha's win. They have now tied Lansing Ignite for the most wins in a row of 6. And now Charlotte Independence looking to get a win and stay in that 3rd spot in the standings. Trying to hold on to this scoreline as this hits off Johnson and goes out for another corner.
One Knoxville corner kick.
One Knoxville looking for the late equalizer here in these final minutes. This ball played all the way down. Up next for One Knoxville, Friday against South Georgia Tormenta. Tormenta, this ball played forward, and a chance, and it's flicked in! What a play by One Knoxville. Getting a late goal in the 89th minute. A beautiful ball forward. Spielman and Charlotte not happy. Spielman going to give over the ball, but what a pass up by Kelly Rosales. And then just a nice little soft touch there. Danny Fernandez with the goal for One Knoxville with a late equalizer. First goal of the season for Fernandez, and that was a big one. One Knoxville just kept putting pressure on, winning corner after corner. That ball coming into midfield, and a beautiful pass ahead, and then the finish by Fernandez. The outside back just sneaking up to get his first goal. That goal coming in the 89th minute.
The goal by Fernandez assisted by the number 8, Angelo Kelly.
Angelo Kelly Rosales with a beautiful, beautiful ball, finding Fernandez. First assist of the season for Kelly Rosales. A big one right there for One Knoxville.
Fourth officials indicated a minimum
3 minutes of stoppage time added on. So now One Knoxville looking like they're not done. They want to go for a 2. Trying to get the 3 points at home. The shot, back post. Oh, that one just wide. Austin Pack lunging for it. The table's turning here in favor of One Knoxville as they have all the momentum now. Acosta sprinting up, driving forward. Acosta out to width. The cross in, headed up. Bennett trying to get to it. Now One Knoxville on a counter, and then the foul by Joel Johnson. This is going to draw a yellow card. Professional foul right there by Joel Johnson. Just breaking up this transition opportunity for One Knoxville. If Keegan's able to get around him, it's going to be a dangerous chance for One Knoxville. Rosales. Castro. Moment for Danny Fernandez. His first goal in his 14th start. And it's a big one, an equalizer. And Buyu, he's had a fantastic game tonight for Charlotte. Crossing. Knoxville with the scoreline, 32 points, level with South Georgia Tormenta. That is who they play next on Friday. As there is the final whistle. Charlotte Independence giving up the late goal, so they will move down to that first spot in the standings. They are level on points with Northern Colorado Hailstorm. That is the team that they play next. That game will be Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern in Colorado. So both these two teams, their next game's going up against teams that they are level with in the standings. A hard-fought equalizer at the end by Danny Fernandez in the 89th minute. Fernandez leveling things up. You would have the own goal in the 60th minute by Gabriel Claudio for one Knoxville. It really is Mbuyu that created that opportunity that led to the first goal. But after 90 minutes of play, this one ends scoreless between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
To one, the final from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knoxville. It took 89 minutes, but they got the equalizer that they needed. In the dying moment, Charlotte Independence thought they were going to come out with 3 points on the road, but one Knoxville had a different idea this evening, getting a big point here tonight against Charlotte Independence as we take a look back at the highlights from tonight's action between one Knoxville and Charlotte Independence. Great opportunity, pushed up here. Look at this ball in. Trevor Mbuyu playing it over, and it'd be Dunwell, but right at the keeper. Nice ball over to Dunwell, but Dunwell unable to challenge Sean Lewis right at the body. That's going to be an easy save for the keeper every time. And then in the 66th minute, you'd have it come off the corner as this would bounce around. Joel Johnson would go up and then come back down to the inline, cross it over, ball pinballing around. We find Tresor Mbuyu. Mbuyu with a great strike here, and it hits it right off Gabriel Claudio. That goal coming in the 66th minute. It would be credited an own goal to Claudio, but Mbuyu doing a little bit of everything right here. He was very good this evening for Charlotte Independence. Looked like he might have had his 7th goal there if it wasn't an own goal against Claudio. And then it'd be one Knoxville putting on pressure multiple times on that back line of Charlotte Independence. They would get corner after corner as they tried to find an equalizer in this game, and it would come in the 89th minute. How about this ball from Angelo Kelly Rosales finding Danny Fernandez for his first goal in the 89th minute to get the equalizer and to get a point for his club. It was a hard-fought game between these two, coming down to the last moments as we take a look at tonight's stats. 11 shots to just 5. You got the 3 shots on target, 1 for one Knoxville. But they were able to get one by Austin Pack, and that is the most important stat that they want to see tonight. They control the possession of the game. Meanwhile, on the other side, for Sean Lewis, he let up that own goal. Can't blame him on that one, but Mbuyu really probably would have had a goal of his own if it wasn't for Claudio being in the position. It looked like that one was searching that back post for Charlotte Independence. Up next for them, a tough one against Northern Colorado, who they are equal on points with. And meanwhile, for one Knoxville, same thing goes for them. They have South Georgia Tormenta on the road. South Georgia Tormenta also with 40 points on the year. They're one spot ahead of them in the standings. So we could see a leapfrog next week in playoff positioning. Both these two teams looking to move up in the standings, but both come up with 1 point here tonight from Regal Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. 1 Knoxville, 1 Charlotte Independence, 1 for our crew. I am Josh Toll saying thank you for tuning in. We will see you again very soon here for some more USL League One action.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.